This is a pre-play game for the semifinals matchup, game one, as it will be contested between the second seed Sweden and the fourth seed Czechia. The winner of this game will advance to the gold medal game, and the loser will advance to the bronze medal game. So again, the semifinals matches are just basically just that. Winners advance to gold medal game, loser goes to bronze. With that being said, this matchup between the fourth seed Czechia and the second seed Sweden will feature the following goal starting netminders for this game of Lukas Dostal and Philip Gustafsson, as one of these two teams will battle it out for gold against the winner of our next contest between Finland and Team USA. With that being said, let's drop the puck and play some Olympic style hockey. And we're going to begin this semifinal game one with a quality check between players 2 and 4. That is going to be Jesper Bratt and Andre Palat. The quality that we're looking for is star. It looks like Jesper Bratt has star, so he's going to move it on Lukas Dostal's net, hopefully net, a 3 or a 4 with a dot to make the stop. A 4 with a blank won't do it. Team Sweden is on the board, courtesy of Jesper Bratt. And with that being said, let's stay put in this segment with another quality check. This time it'll be between anybody out there on the ice for Team Sweden against player number 1. That is Radek Faska. And it looks like, oh man, nobody has hit for Sweden. So it looks like Faska is going to win this battle for hit. So we'll go right across from him with Leo Carlson. So he will skate out to Gustafsson's net, hopefully net, a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. He can't. Tie game courtesy of Radek Faska. Or excuse me, Faxa. And with that being said, let's move on to the next portion of this segment with another quality check. This time it's going to be for speed, and it will be between against anybody out there on the ice for Team Sweden against player number 3. That's Michael Kempney for Team Czechia. The only two players for Sweden that have speed are William Nylander and Philip Broberg. I think we'll give it to Broberg because the stack in spot 5 is a little big for Sweden, so he will win the battle over Michael Kempney for speed. So he will skate out to Dostal's net, hopefully net a 3 or a 4 with a dot to make the stop. A 4 with a blank won't do it. Team Sweden gains another goal as they now lead it 2-1 here in this semifinal game. Again, winner goes to gold, loser goes to bronze. Again, it is winner to the gold medal game, and the loser goes to the bronze medal game. And remember, both medal games will be played with full play hockey blast. Home scoring chance of a 62. Any visitor player with a circle prevents a power play goal. Yes, Philip Hronek does have a circle printed out on his card, so therefore he will stop the Team Sweden back-to-back goal opportunities, and that is going to be it for this first segment of play, with Team Sweden in front over Team Czechia 2-1. Quality check between players 4 and 5. That's Willie Nylander and Tomáš Hertl, the returning Tomáš Hertl to Team Czechia. And it looks like the quality that we're battling for is speed. It looks like both Nylander and Hertl both have speed. And that's going to be it for that segment. And we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Penalty check between players 5 and anybody out there on the ice for Team Czechia. And it looks like Elias F. Pettersson will be the player in question. But again, we could tie, or Team Sweden is going to go on the power play. We'll have the decider. I decide. Dot, we tie. And it looks like Team Sweden is going to go on the power play. So I think between Kasha, Kubalik, Pasternak, or Sedlak, I think um hmm, we'll have the red die decide. 1 or 6 is a reroll. Reroll. 4. That's David Pasternak. So David Pasternak will skate off to the box as Elias F. Pettersson will skate off to Dostal's net, hopefully to try to make a 3 or a 4 with a dot to make the stop. And he will right on the power play as Team Czechia really needs to buckle down here as they lose. They battle for bronze against the loser of Team USA and Team Finland game to be coming up. Home scoring chance of a 61, and it reads: any visitor player with a circle prevents a power play goal. Again, any visitor player with a circle prevents a power play goal. Unfortunately for Team Czechia, no circles are printed out on their cards, so Team Sweden is going to gain another goal. Let's see who scored it. 3. That's going to be player with the third best shot rating. So the best out there currently on the ice for Team Sweden right now is Adrian Kempe. We have a tie for second with Ricard Raquel and Rasmus Dahlin. So it looks like Forsling or Brodin will score the goal for Team Sweden. Dot, it will be Brodin. And it will be Brodin. So Jonas Brodin will score the goal for Team Sweden to make it 3-1. Sweden here in the final stages of the first period. Let's keep on rolling in this segment with a penalty check, I should say, between anybody out there on the ice for Team Sweden against player number 2. That's Andre Kasha. Um, well, here's the thing: we could tie or have Czechia go on the power play. Well, actually, no, we can't. Sorry. Or else it will be Team Sweden to go on the power play. Is the other um, thing I just forgot. It's player 2 for Czechia that's being questioned. Um, it's near the end of the period. There's still a lot of game left to be played. Let's have the decider die decide. Dot, we tie. And we will tie. So we'll go right across from him with Andre Kasha as both players have the same penalty rating of 0.5. And that is going to be all she wrote for that segment. And after one period of play, the first 20 minutes of this semifinals game 1, the Team Sweden leads Team Czechia 3-1. We got triple threes. So this is going to be a critical face-off. So it looks like the highest face-off on Team Czechia goes to Lucas Stedlak. And it looks like Team Czechia is going to win the critical face-off because I don't see anybody out there. So we'll go right across from him with Ricard Raquel as he took the face-off with Sedlak. So he will skate off to Gustafson's net, hopefully net, either a 1, 2, or 3 on the spec save. He won't. Team Czechia creeps a little bit closer, courtesy of Lucas Sedlak. We stay put in this segment with a quality check between players 1 and 2. That's going to be Rasmus Dahlin against Racco Gudis. The quality is for star. It looks like Dahlin has star, so he will skate on to Dostal's net, hopefully net a 3 or 4 with a dot to make the stop. And he will do so, and that is going to keep this game close, but still, it is anybody's game. Another quality check. This time it'll be featuring anybody on Team Sweden against player number 4. That's Jan Ruda. That is going to be the battle for smart. Pick your poison between anybody out there on the ice, because either way it's going to be a tie. So why not we go? I could go right across from him with Adrian Kempe. I think we'll have the red die decide. So a 6 will be a reroll. 2, that's just for Brad. So just for Brad will win the battle with Jan Ruda for Smart, I should say. And that is going to be all she wrote for this segment. And that is going to allow us to move on to the next one with a visitor scoring chance of a 43. This could possibly tie the game. Any visitor player with a triangle creates a goal. Yes, Philip Hronik does have the triangle, so therefore he ties things up at 3. And with that, holy cow, this game is probably going to be turning upside down here. We stay put in this segment with a penalty check between players 3 and 1. That's Forsling and Jakob Fleck. And it looks like both players have the same penalty rating of 0. And that is going to be all she wrote for this segment. And we will move on to the next one with another penalty check. This time it's a 50 between players 5 and 2. That's Lucas Raymond and Andre Kasha. It looks like Kasha is going to go to the box as Razor will skid off to Dostal's net, hopefully net a 3 or 4 with a dot to make the stop. He won't, and Lucas Raymond will give Team Sweden the 4-3 lead on the power play. We stay put in this segment with a quality check between players, both players in 3, I should say. That's Hedman and Kubalik. The quality is for hit. It looks like Victor Hedman has hit, so he will skate off to Dostal's net, hopefully net a 1, 2, a 3, or a 4 with a dot to make the stop. Enough for a 1, and that is going to be it for the first 40 minutes of play with, again, we reset the stage. The winner of this game will go to the gold medal game to face off against the winner of Team Finland and Team USA game, or excuse me, of the Team USA and Team Finland game. And the loser of this game will go to the bronze medal game, where they will meet the loser of Finland and USA. We head off to the third period with a home scoring chance of a 65. Choice home player scores a goal. So let's see who will it be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be a reroll. 2, it's going to be Brodin, Jonas Brodin. So he will score the goal for Team Sweden to give them a 5-3 lead here in this one. We stay put in this segment with a penalty check. Oh, so close. One number off from a 3-6-6 for an automatic power play goal. But again, it's anybody on the ice for Team Sweden against player number 5. That is going to be Pavel Zacha. Hmm. Well, either way, we could tie or have Sweden go on the power play. At this rate, there's nobody on Sweden that has a higher penalty rating. So, Dot, we'll have the decider I decide. Dot, we tie. And it looks like Sweden is going to go on the power play. So Pavel Zacha will take his seat in the penalty box. And it's going to be between Eric Carlson or Wenberg taking the power play opportunity. Dot, it'll be Wenberg. And it will be Wenberg. So Wenberg will skate across to Lucas Dostal's net. Hopefully net a 3 or 4 with a dot to make the stop. A 4 with a dot will be enough to keep Sweden off of the scoreboard here on this power play opportunity. And that is going to be all she wrote for this first segment of the third period with the score Sweden 5 and Czechia 3. Quality check between players 1 and 2. That is Rasmus Anderson and Radko Gudas. The quality is for star. Neither player has star. And that is going to be all she wrote for this segment. And we will move on to the next one with another home scoring chance of a 41. Home player in 5, that's Mika Zibanejad. He creates a goal for Team Sweden with a quality roll of speed or a triangle. Yes and yes. Mika Zibanejad puts the Swedes in front 6-3. And man, oh man, are these Swedes really having a nice day here so far. But again, it's still anyone's game with the Czechians down by 3. Another home scoring chance of a 13. Visitor goalie must make play. Yes, visitor goalie must make play safe. Dostal needs to net a 3 or 4 with a dot to make the stop. He does. Nobody flips, and we will move on to the next segment. We got ourselves a visitor scoring chance. Sweden needs to, or excuse me, Czechia needs to score 3 goals here to hopefully needs to score 2 goals to bring this to a 1-goal margin or possibly to tie in overtime. It's going to be a roll of a 34. Visitor player in 1, that's Roman Cervenka. He creates a goal for Team Czechia with a quality roll of skill or a triangle. Even though he does not have a triangle, he does have skill, and that is well enough to give Czechia the 6-4 deficit. Not out. Czechia is not out of this just yet. We stay put in this segment with, oh my goodness, another visitor scoring chance of a 45. Excuse me. Any visitor player with a power play circle star symbol creates a power play goal. Unfortunately, they don't. Team Czechia does not have a power play circle star printed out on their cards, and that is it. Team Sweden is going to battle for gold, while Team Czechia will await the loser of Team Finland and Team USA as they battle it out in our next semifinal matchup coming up. If you are viewing on the full length video playlist, but also the single game playlist as well as, yeah, excuse me, the single game of this matchup will sometime be available in the near future, as well as all the other matchups here on the channel. With that being said, the final score in semifinals game 1, Team Sweden advancing to the gold medal game to face off against the winner of Finland or USA with a final score of 6-4. This is the final semifinal matchup of this pre-play for the men's Olympic hockey tournament played for the Milano Cortina Winter Olympic Games. This matchup features the correct 4th seed with Team Finland and the 1st seed Team USA. Reset the stage. The winner of this game will play Sweden in the gold medal game. The loser will face Czechia. And if you want to check out how Sweden and Czechia got to their respective medal games, I will leave the link down below in the description or the timestamp of the video for you to watch. If you're watching on the full play playlist, or I'll leave a link to the single game playlist whenever that comes available on the channel, so that way you can watch how Team Sweden and Team Czechia got to their respective medal games. With that being said, let's find out who they will be facing in the medal games with the following netminders for this one, as it will be UC Saros going for Team Finland, and opposing him at the other end of the ice, it's going to be the Winnipeg Jets' very own Commerce Township native Connor Hellebuck. With that being said, who will play Sweden in the gold medal game, or who will play Czechia in the bronze medal game? Let's find out. Let's drop the puck and play some Olympic style hockey. And right off the bat, we're going to begin with a visitor scoring chance of a 54. Home player in 4, that's Jack Eichel. He stops the Team Finland goal with a quality roll of hit or a square. Unfortunately, Team Finland is going to jump out to the early 1-0 lead Let's see who scored the goal. Because Jack Eichel does not have um, hit or a square entitled to him. And we roll a 9. That's going to be player with the second best shot rating. We have a tie between Aho and Rantanen. So the best out there, right? The second best is going to go to Eric Halla. So Eric Halla will score the goal for Team Finland as Team USA is currently down, but still not out of it, as it's still early in this one, with Team Finland up on top of the Americans 1-0 as we head to the next portion with, with a quality check between players 3 and 4. That's JT Miller and Essa Lindell. The quality is for hit. It looks like JT Miller is going to win the battle over Lindell for hit, as he will skid off to Saros' net, hopefully net a 1-4 to make the stop. A 3 will be enough, and that is going to be all she wrote for this one, and we will move on to the next segment with a quality check between players 3 and 5. That's Quinn Hughes against Mikko Rantanen. The quality is for star. Both Quinn and Rantanen both have star, and that is going to be it for that segment. And we will move on to the next one with a penalty check between players 4 and 3. That's Brock Nelson and Mikko Lehtinen. Oh man, Lehtinen's going to go to the box as Brock Nelson will skid onto Saros' net, hopefully net a 1-4 to make the stop. He won't. Brock Nelson ties things up on the power play for the Americans, as this game is all knotted up at 1. And again, if you're keeping the score at home, the goal by Brock Nelson will be considered to be a power play goal. We stay put in this segment with another quality check. This time it's going to be between Clayton Keller and Yoel Armia. The quality is for star. It looks like Clayton Keller has star, so he will skid off to UC Saros' net. So hopefully net a 1-4 to make the stop. A 1 will be enough to stop the Keller goal scoring attempt, and that is going to be all she wrote for that segment. And we will be moving on to the next segment here in this sort of eventful first period, with the game all deadlocked at 1 apiece. Again, we have another quality check. This time it's going to be between players 4 and 5. That's Zach Werenski and Oli Mata. The quality is for star. It looks like Zach Werenski will win the battle for star, as he will be moving in on UC Saros' net to hopefully net a 1-4 to stop Zach Werenski from scoring the goal. And he will be doing just that. Zach Werenski is denied by UC Saros. And folks, grab yourself a bag of popcorn at the intermission, because we are in for a treat here, as this game is probably going to come down between who blinks first at the end of 20 minutes. The score is Finland 1, USA 1. Visitor scoring chance of a 62, and it reads any home player with a circle prevents a power play goal. Unfortunately, no American out there on the ice to begin the second period has a circle printed out on their card. So Team Finland is going to take the 2-1 lead over the Americans. This could be possibly an upset if the Americans don't find something. Let's see who scored the goal for Team Finland. 5. Okay, so choice player. So whenever this comes up, I will re-roll the red die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be a re-roll. 1. That's Mikael Granlund. So Mikael Granlund will score the goal for Team Finland, as he gives his country and his team the 2-1 lead over the United States of America. We stay put in this segment with a penalty check between players 1 and 3. That's Brock Faber and Capo Caco. It looks like both players have the same penalty rating of 0.5, and that is going to be all she wrote for this segment. And we will move on to the next segment with a quality check between players 1 and 2. That's Matt Boldy and Sebastian Aho. The quality is for skill. It looks like both Boldy and Aho have skill. So that's going to be all she wrote for this segment. And we will move on to the next segment with another quality check between both players in 3. That's Arturi Likanen and Austin Matthews. The quality is for skill. Both Matthews and Likanen both have skill. And whoops, seems they have an extra player in there, but we'll play it as is. But again, it will be all she wrote for that segment, and we will move on to the next segment with another quality check. This time it's going to be between players 2 and 3. Kyle Connor and Mikko Lehtinen. The quality is for star. It looks like Kyle Connor has star, so he will skate off to UC Charles's net. Hopefully net a 1 through 4 to make the stop. And he will be doing such that UC Saros is standing on his head. He wants to have a rematch. It looks like the Finns really want to have a rematch with Team Sweden in the gold medal matchup. But again, it ain't over till it's over. And after 40 minutes of play, it's a close one. The score is Finland 2, USA 1. Home scoring chance of a 12. Visitor goalie must make play save. A 5 or a 6 will score the goal and tie the game. It won't. It's a 3. So UC Saros will make the play save. Nobody flips, and we will move on to the next segment with a quality check between players 3 and anybody out there in the ice for Team Finland with the quality of power. Besides Eric Halla, pick your poison between Hintz, Kako, Lundell, or Tolvanen, as JT Miller has power printed on his card. So we'll have the red die decide. Besides a 1 or a 6, those 2 will be a reroll. A 2, 3, 4, or 5 will tie JT Miller for power. 4, that's Anton Lundell. So Anton Lundell will skate away with a tie with JT Miller for power, and that is going to be all she wrote for this segment, and we will move on to the next one with a home scoring chance of a 22, and it reads visitor goalie must make spec save. Okay. Oh, wow. UC Saros is probably not known for this, but in order to come through, he needs to net a 1 or a 2 with a dot to make the stop. Oh, wow. UC Saros makes the spec save. That is probably going to be the death nail for Team USA, as they are probably looking at a bronze medal matchup with Team Czechia. But again, it ain't over until it's over. Nobody flips, and we will move on to the next one. Visitor scoring chance of a 61. And it reads any home player with a square stops a Finland goal. Unfortunately, the Americans don't have a square out there. So Team Finland is putting their sights set on Team Sweden to go for the gold. Let's see who scored the goal for Team Finland. 10. That's going to be a player with the second best shot rating. The best currently out there in the ice is a tie between Rope Hintz and El Tolvanen. And it looks like the second best, yes, the second best is going to go to, it's a tie between Halla and Kako. Since Halla scored, I'm going to give it to Kako. So Kako will score the goal to make it Finland 3, USA 1. Another visitor scoring chance of a 32, and it reads choice visitor player rolls for rebound goal using shot stars +2. Again, that's choice visitor player rolls for a rebound goal using shot stars +2. Since Likanen was flipped, I'm going to leave him out of it. So the opportunity is having the best odds is going to go to Rope Hintz. So he will need to roll a 1 through 4 in order to score the goal, which he will do so. It's 4-1 Finland, courtesy of Rope Hintz. We stay put in this segment with a quality check between players 1 and 5. That's Jake Gensel and El Tovanen. The quality is for star. Jake Gensel has star printed on his card. He needs to come through here. A 1 through 4 will stop it, and it will be game over. A 3 will stop it. Team Finland with another upset over the first seeded United States of America will battle Team Sweden for gold, while Team USA will head to the bronze medal game to face off against Team Czechia. Your medal games are all set. Those two games will be played out in full play Hockey Blast. And with that, we say farewell to Hockey Blast Express for now. We say farewell to the Hockey Blast Express portion of this tournament, and we will move on to the full play matchup with Finland meeting Sweden in the gold medal game and Team USA meeting Team Czechia in the bronze medal game. Your final score for this semifinals matchup between Team Finland and Team USA is Finland 4, Team USA 1.